Hello, welcome to today's video. So today we're going to be talking about what you should do when you want to land in-house or agency work. Now I'm going to explain what that means. So technically, most times when you are applying for a freelance gig, you are applying directly to the company or the client that needs the job done, or you are applying for a remote gig or remote job, you are applying directly to the company or the person that will hire you directly. But most times, another way that you can also get jobs or freelance gig is working with an agency. Now what that means is that the agency employs you. You are not going to be working directly with the clients. The agency definitely is going to have a lot of clients, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, a lot, and then you're just one of the freelancers or one of the people working with the agency to serve their clients. So that is what I mean by in-house or agency work. Okay, so how do you land this kind of work? Because sometimes, I always advise that there are some things that I feel, especially when you're working from home, you should try your hands on. It's not a fast and hard rule, but besides trying your hands on job boards or trying your hands on applying directly to companies, you can also look out for agencies that employ a couple of freelancers or employ a couple of remote workers, and then you are working under this agency. There is a face to that agency. That is the person that goes out to get the client. The client don't recognize you, so to say, in most cases, but they recognize the CEO or the salesperson or whatever, and then you are just there to help the agency get the job done for the clients. You many times might not even have rights to the work that are being done. So how do you line such kind of gigs? We're going to be talking about that in this video, especially I have worked with a couple of agencies myself. So what are this kind of agencies looking out for? Well, the first thing is that they're looking out for what every other person is looking out for when it comes to interview. The fact that you understand the goals of the company, you understand, you have done your research on the company, you've done your homework, and you understand what the agency stands for, you understand what they believe in, their mission, their vision, their goals, what the role entails, what you're going to be doing there. So they want to be able to see that you have done your homework on that. That's the first part. The second part is they want to see how your skills are going to stand out. Now, this is an opportunity whereby you can show different skills that you have that apply to each other. So for example, let's say you're good at graphic design and you're also good at web design. This is an opportunity where you're working with an agency. You can even mention those skills, because many a time, if that is like an agency that caters to marketing, for example, if it's a marketing agency, there's a good chance that they will need graphic designers, they will need website designers, website developers, content writers, SEO team, copywriters, salespeople, business development representatives, customer support, if that's the case, and so on. So you want to ensure that as much as possible you make yourself stand out by not just mentioning the single skill they're talking about, but if you have one or more skill that can even make you more competitive, be sure to mention it as well. The third thing is be confident, but don't be arrogant. So like I always say, be approachable, show that you are enthusiastic for the role, be friendly, be ready to talk about what you bring to the table, but not that you are arrogant, not like you are there to show off. If you guys don't hire me, you guys are missing out. That's not the kind of attitude you should bring to the table. So be confident in your skills, be confident in what you're talking about, show it, smile, but not arrogancy. The next thing is ensure that you show your passion. In all the tips I've mentioned so far, I have mentioned show your passion, because many times we don't always know that we can talk about something and we don't show why we really want that thing, and it just looks like, oh, this person just wants a job. What is your passion for this thing? I just want a job that will pay my bills. Well, that seems to be it, but go beyond it to show that you really want to be a part of this company. Maybe there's something about a company culture that they posted on social media, or you saw they talk about your website, and then you can just find a way to put it in like, oh, I really love how you guys do this. I would like to be part of this company. Just show your enthusiasm to join the team. And if possible before the interview, if you could talk to, maybe if you find out some other people that work at the agency on maybe LinkedIn, if you can create a connection with them and ask questions just to get an insight into the company culture. That could also help. Now, I'm not saying start blowing people's DMs and asking them unnecessary questions. There's always like a way to do this. Okay, so but just ensure that you just show that you really want to be a part of this team. So beyond the skills, beyond knowing about the company brand and goals, people want to know that you're going to be a pleasant person to work with. Now, this isn't really like a tip, but this is just something I want to tell you. Now, after you have done all this, as with everything else, you can do everything right, but that doesn't mean that you did everything right for this job, you get it, and you pull back. Why I am always advocating that you are positioned well and you always do things right is because you never know the particular one that will be for you. So because you take some skills, you take some tips and you apply it to something and it does not work, that doesn't mean you give up. There's time. And sometimes an agency, you might be qualified for an agency, you have everything nailed down to the T and to the I, and they don't go with you. That doesn't mean that you should feel bad. That doesn't mean that you should give up or you should take it personal. There can be reasons that are beyond your control that made them to go with another person or made them to even stop the process altogether. So I really hope that these tips were helpful to you, and as you go out after those agencies, make sure you apply these tips in your interview. All right, so I'm looking forward to hear your success stories in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe.